Woo! The power has been with you all along. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Trey Michael.
And this is Sarla Michael.
And today we want to ask you all a big question. And the question is, are you seeing the numbers? Now, today we wanted to talk really to a lot of people who are probably just starting out on their spiritual awakening journey. Now, what we've realized is the universe finds tons of ways to get our attention. Because the truth is, we're so focused on the football game, the sports, the bills, that sometimes I believe the Creator is talking to us, but we just refuse to listen.
That's right.
So what we've experienced on our journey is one of the main ways that the universe has grabbed the attention of the mass population is by using synchronicities or consecutive pattern numbers. So we want to run through a few things just to ask you, have you been noticing these? And we're just going to give you some of the explanations that we've been using. Let me rephrase that. We're going to give you some of the experiences that we've been experiencing to notice these numbers.
That's right. I can tell. I'm going to take it back. I remember the first number that I saw was 111. And I was going through it in my life, y'all. I was like so depressed. I was like so focused on myself. And the first number that I witnessed was 111.
Now, I want to get into that 111 while you brought that up, Starla. Okay. Because now that we have been experiencing this for a while, we've realized that the number one is kind of like a gateway, right? Mm-hmm. Imagine a goal post that you can kick the football through and score your point. The ones are the beginning. 11. It's basically saying the wake-up call. So if you're riding in a car and all of a sudden the tag has all ones on it, or if you wake up to go take a bathroom break, you gotta go take a urine break, and you're looking down at the clock and it's like 1:11 on the clock, and it continues to happen in your reality. That's a wake-up call from the universe to tell you, hey, it's time. You've slumbered long enough.
It's
screaming to you. And it's basically just saying, listen, man, you've been in the matrix long enough. You've been in that repetitive cycle of idiocy, and I know I just created a word right there because it's hardly enough words to explain the insanity of life that we've been living on a normal basis. Live just to die, and that's it. Without any growth, without any creation. So the number 111 is something that we realized was a wake-up call, and it's also something that most people who have been on this spiritual awakening journey will also say that they have experienced.
Right. A lot of them say that's the first number that they see.
Correct. It's ones. Mm-hmm. Now listen, we also wanted to talk to you guys about something else. When we first were seeing the numbers, we didn't know where or what we could figure out what this meant.
That's right.
So we just wanted to give you our experience on how we realized what those numbers meant, without just telling you to go to Joanne's Sacred Scribes. Mm-hmm. So imagine that you're saying, man, universe or God or creator or source or whichever you speak to your higher self. Man, I really need this manifestation to come through. Give me the money that I need to pay these bills. Mm-hmm. And the universe gives you some guidance towards what it is that you should be doing to better yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, you look up and a tag license plate in front of you and it says 888.
Ooh.
Okay, you heard a Starla, right? Woo. My wife's like, woo. That's because she knows what that means.
That's right.
That's a sign that your manifestations are on the way.
That's
now,
right.
what we did was we didn't know that at first, but we did notice that every time that we had thoughts about financial gain, or every time that we saw that number, it's like something came for us. Like we might get an opportunity arise.
Every time.
Someone calls for a job that you've been waiting for like 6 months, and all of a sudden you see the numbers. 30 minutes later, you get this call. Then you continue to go and you see the number, and all of a sudden you check your mailbox, and you got a check in there from underpayment for a college tuition check from 5 years ago, and you're like, what in the world? And after you see that so many times, you start to realize that that number is a signal to us that finances or monetary gain is on its way.
That's right.
So what we did after that, after seeing certain numbers and noticing their own patterns, like 222, I usually see that when me and my wife were in disagreement or arguing, and it was telling me to be balanced. You know, whenever it was time for me to create a different, like a business or something of that nature, I always saw 111. It was telling me it's time to create. It's time to wake up to your endless possibilities.
That's right.
So then that's when, and I think that's around the same time, right, Starla, that we said, okay, how else can we find these numbers?
That's right.
And I think we found Joanne's Sacred Scribe.
Sacred Scribe.
So,
you can Google that.
You can Google that. It's called Joanne's Sacred Scribes. And we realized that the way that we define those numbers, kind of gave confirmation to me and Starla that this was what it was saying.
Right.
So, but anyhow,
you just have to see what part of what you're reading about the number you resonate with.
Correct. Because that's all it is. You're not looking outside of yourself to explain to you what something means. You're actually just getting confirmation from something that's external to confirm to you that you're on the right path, and what you're seeing is actually the message that the universe has for you. Well, listen, I know we rambled that one just a little bit. Me and my wife were jumping in the car today, and we said we're going to go ahead and do this podcast. And I just wanted to go ahead and express to you all, because I know it's a lot of you. To me and my wife, it's probably old and tedious, but I know how it feels to be truthfully seeking for explanations for why you're seeing these things.
Right. And another thing, remember, we learned this not too long ago. The numbers are actually downloads. That's what we learned. So when you're seeing this number over and over and over, it's really feeding your subconsciousness. That number is feeding your subconscious brain, and you're creating that. Like you might see 222 over and over, and you look at the meaning of 222. You'll create whatever 222 is.
Yeah, that is true.
It's like a download.
It's like a computer upgrade.
Yeah.
And the universe is giving you the opportunity to pass your expectation by receiving this information or these downloads, so that you can go ahead and create that reality. So again, some people in the beginning might perceive that the number is telling you what something outside of you is going to do for you.
Yeah.
But then as you continue on the process, you'll realize that it's you're showing yourself the endless possibility of what you can create. So if you see that 888, what it's doing is, like my wife said, it's helping your subconscious mind be able to create that reality.
888 is financial gain.
So you'll begin to go into your
you're
mind.
Looking for it, so you're going to create that.
Because like we said on one of our YouTube videos, what you focus on, you begin to create.
Right.
So listen, we hope that this can assist you guys and ladies. If you are seeing these 111, 222s, 333s, 444s, 555s, and it's just a sign from the universe that you have woke up, and it's time to create, and create the reality that best suits you. Hey, as we always say, live, love, and laugh. And
namaste.
Namaste. Namaste. Peace. Hey, go ahead, create your true destiny, live it up to the fullest. Peace.